Hello and welcome. Today, we're diving headfirst into one of the most mind-bending ideas in all of science, the multiverse. Are we really alone in the cosmos, or is our entire universe just one of, well, an infinite number?
So let's just start with this. Take a second and really think about it. That job you didn't take, the trip you decided against, even something as simple as choosing tea instead of coffee this morning. What if every single one of those choices didn't just alter your future, but literally branched off and created a brand new separate universe? This isn't just a fun what if, it's the doorway into a serious scientific debate.
You know, for the longest time, the whole idea of parallel universes was pure science fiction, right? It's what you see in the movies. But what's so fascinating is how this ultimate what-if scenario has jumped from the pages of a script into the complex equations of theoretical physics.
And this, right here, is the core question. It's the question that's driving some of the most advanced thinking in cosmology today. It really challenges everything we assume about our place in the cosmos. Are we special? Is our universe a one-shot deal? Or are we just a single page in a cosmic library so vast we can't even imagine it?
So, how in the world do scientists even start to tackle an idea this huge? Well, it turns out there isn't just one single argument for it. We're about to walk down 5 different theoretical roads that, believe it or not, all point towards the very same shocking conclusion. We are not alone.
Our first road takes us all the way back to the beginning, to the birth of our own universe, with a theory called eternal inflation.
Okay, so imagine the universe is like this giant pot of water that's boiling. Our universe is just one bubble that formed, cooled down, and allowed stars and galaxies to form. But the theory of eternal inflation says that the water itself, the fabric of space, is always expanding, constantly creating new bubbles, an infinite number of them, forever. And here's the kicker. Each of these bubble universes could have completely different laws of physics.
So, from the absolutely massive scale of the cosmos, our next path zooms all the way down into the strange, spooky realm of quantum mechanics. This one's called the many worlds interpretation.
This is where reality gets really weird. Think of it like a choose-your-own-adventure book, but for the universe itself. At the quantum level, when a particle is faced with a choice, like, should I be here or over there? The universe doesn't pick one. It splits. A new universe is created for every single possible outcome. Now just imagine that happening for every quantum event, every fraction of a second, everywhere. The number of parallel worlds becomes just mind-boggling.
All right, our third road to other worlds comes from an idea you've probably heard of, even if it is one of the most complicated in all of physics: string theory.
So the basic idea of string theory is that everything, every particle, every force, is made of these tiny, vibrating strings of energy. But the math behind it is so complex that there isn't just one solution. There are tons of them. This theory suggests that each one of those valid mathematical solutions doesn't just describe a possible universe, it describes a real one that actually exists out there in what they call the landscape of realities.
And just how many possible realities are we talking about here? Well, string theory predicts this many. That's a 1 with 500 zeros after it. I mean, to put that into perspective, there are not enough atoms in our known universe to even write that number down. It's a number so big, it's basically infinity for all practical purposes.
Okay, path number 4 is maybe the most philosophical one yet. It asks a really fundamental question. Does math just describe our universe, or is our universe quite literally made of math?
This hypothesis basically says that any universe that can be described by a consistent set of mathematical laws has to exist. It's real, somewhere. That makes our universe, with our specific rules for gravity and physics, just one mathematical structure out of a countless number of others that are all equally real.
And that brings us to our final stop on this tour of possibilities. And I gotta tell you, this one is a truly bizarre thought experiment, known as the Boltzmann brain paradox.
This one is a real head-scratcher. The logic goes like this. If the universe exists for an infinitely long time, then eventually, just by pure random chance, particles will bump into each other in every possible combination. And that includes the combination for a fully formed, conscious brain, complete with a lifetime of memories that never actually happened. It's more of a paradox than a theory, but it shows that in a big enough cosmos, just about any reality you can imagine might be possible.
So let's just pause and recap for a second. We've got eternal inflation creating bubble universes,
Many worlds branching off from quantum choices, the string theory landscape with its endless possibilities, the mathematical universe where equations are reality, and the weird idea of Boltzmann brains. 5 completely different lines of thought, all leading to the same incredible conclusion.
But, and this is a huge but, as amazing as all this sounds, we have to ask the question that pulls us back to Earth, the question that separates real science from science fiction. Where's the proof?
And this right here, this slide really says it all. In one column, you have these powerful, compelling, mathematically beautiful theories. And in the other column, well, it's blank. As of right now, we have exactly 0 direct, observable evidence that even one other universe exists.
So the bottom line is this. First, like we said, no direct proof. Second, trying to test these ideas is, for now, almost impossible. I mean, how do you even begin to look outside our own universe? And because of that, the whole idea of the multiverse is still a subject of really intense debate among scientists. It's right on the bleeding edge of what we know.
So you might be thinking, okay, if we can't prove it, why bother? Why do brilliant people spend their careers on this stuff? Why does any of this matter? Well, it matters because the implications are just too enormous to ignore. Thinking about the multiverse forces us to ask some of the deepest questions there are. What is reality? What does it mean to be you? Is our existence some kind of incredible miracle, or is it just inevitable in a cosmos with infinite chances?
And that brings us full circle, right back to where we began. I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. If there really is a universe out there for every choice you didn't make, does that make the choices you do make, right here, in this life, more important or less? What does it truly mean to be this version of you? That's a question no science can answer. Thanks for joining me.